Hey, what's up? Back with another Fair Shake review. This time we're going to talk about Kajillionaire. Kajillionaire is definitely a little bit more of a kind of almost indie-like film, and it just kind of follows this family of very low income poor mother, father, and daughter who have grown up together, conning their way to live, and they just do uh, small time theft and different ways of trying to, not even get rich quick, but just get enough to survive. And you end up following them, and seeing how their family dynamic is, how they all work together kind of like a team, like business partners. And they get themselves into a point where their living situation is in jeopardy, and so they have to get a little bit more money than they usually get to try and get by. And this leads them to do something a little bit more out of the ordinary. They try to do a bigger job, which has them traveling, which is definitely something that the parents are not very fond of, especially the father. And they're very paranoid and have a bit of phobia of like shaking, so like earthquakes, turbulence, and during this job, they end up running into another young lady, since the scheme they put together requires that they pretend that the daughter does not know the parents on the way back from the airport. So they quickly build up this quick relationship with this young lady who happens to be sitting next to them on the plane, and they go ahead and let her into the scheme. And she seems to be a pretty well-to-do yet struggling young lady, in a much more manageable means than the parental units, since she's just like a young adult. But she goes ahead and tries to help them with this scheme, and the way they decide to treat this newcomer makes the relationship between their real daughter a little bit more strained, because she realizes, like, even with the few odd jobs that she's done before, which happened to be like helping a new mother in her classes, just realizing the relationships, more intimate and loving relationship with parents and having a family, things like that, how those have been absent in old Dolio's, the daughter and main character, her life. It's just been completely absent, as the parents decided that they shouldn't really treat her like a child, and treat her like an equal. And although that can be good in theory, the as you continue to see how the relationship between the newcomer and the parents are something that Odolio feels is needed, a little bit of that love and care and concern, although later on that love and concern definitely goes out the window when something ticks off the young lady, due to a proposition the parental units try to create. It shows that the way that these parents are just show that they're just complete scumbags, and how important just being able to be more than just someone who's approachable in a family dynamic is needed. And so eventually it gets to a point where the young lady realizes, oh snap, these parents are dumb, disgusting, abhorrent, and so I'm gonna see if I can quickly save this young daughter, because there's something different about her that I see that there's something salvageable here, and she could be a really nice, kind human being, and you know, I kind of like that, and in more ways than one, and so, but being that Oldolio's upbringing was so different, there's definitely some setbacks that have to change her mindset on things, on how to treat people and how to live life, even at I think she said 26 was her age. Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely a huge lifestyle change when she's able to, you know, see if maybe being with the other young lady will work out, and the way that relationship forms is it's just very interesting, and I just gotta say, I enjoyed it despite seeing kind of how scummy the parental units were. It was still interesting to see how they operated and how they dealt with the problems that they deal with, and see how the new relationship ended up being formed. But I definitely really enjoyed it. The acting was really nice, and I just gotta say, Gina Rodriguez, who is the young lady I was referring to this whole time, not Old Dolio, because that's the name of the character, but yeah, Gina Rodriguez character, like I loved her so much, and yeah, there's a lot of there's just a lot of really interesting scenes that really hit home with, you know, like family ties, family relationships, and how important they are, and the way both, I think it's Ray, oh, I can't remember her name. The person who played Odolio, I think it's Rachel Evan Wood, maybe that's it. I'm not looking it up, but the way they both react to it, the young couple, the way they react to like the different situations where, you know, family ties and family relationships are kind of brought up. That's kind of interesting, and I kind of wish they got a little bit more into Gina's relationship with her mother a little bit more, because you got a sense that something wasn't quite right, but they don't delve into it enough, in my opinion. But they still were able to get the point across. Miranda July, the writer and director, got the point across from the themes that were presented. But I really enjoyed it. It was definitely kind of like a dramedy kind of thing, and yeah, I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's a nice movie, but you definitely have to be okay with LGBTQ relationships. So it's, you know, there's that. But anyway, that's my thoughts. Tell me what you guys thought down below. And until next time, much love, peace, threes.